Hey folks, welcome back here to the Vegas Don channel. Got a little bit of a slow start on that last one there, but wanted to try and restart the phone. The camera's being a little wonky right now, but I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna go for it and see what happens here on the Vegas Don channel. There right in front of us you can see Mandalay Bay, as well as the Luxor, and Hilton Grand Vacations. They're building the blue one there to the right of Mandalay Bay, as well as you can kind of see the High Roller a little bit there on the right side, just on the right side of Mandalay Bay. But yeah, it's a very windy day here in Vegas. Had some it was really cloudy too earlier, but now it's not so bad. The clouds have kind of parted a little bit. Now we've got some sunlight here to see us off into this evening drive here on the Vegas Don channel. We're here off a windy lane. Everyone knows it's windy. As we begin our drive this evening. Thank you guys for being here. Very grateful for all of you. I'm gonna go over here to Windy and head towards the Strip. Everyone knows it's windy. So right in front of us is Town Square. It's a huge dining and shopping district in there. All sorts of different dining options in there. Tobin, welcome, buddy. I knew you were conflicted because of the Masters, but I'm thankful that you're here. Thank you very, very much. Glad that you're here, buddy. So it looks like Valley View Home Loans. Okay, that's what that says. Texas de Brazil over there. Lazy Dog Restaurant. There's some pretty cool restaurants in here as well. Blue Martini's over there. They actually have one in South Florida as well, so I guess it's a chain. They have one in West Palm. At least they did. So my guess is that it's a corporate chain, Blue Martini. It's a nightclub type of thing. Ended at 4. Oh, good. Right on. Yeah, Tobin. I'm sorry I missed it. Yeah, I want to be consistent, you know, with my Saturday nights, Saturday evenings out here. So I had to peel myself away from the TV. Speaking of TVs, my son decided it would be fun to dismantle the TV yesterday. He took the bezel, he ripped the bezel right off the thing. So yeah, that was fun. Good times. Good times there. I noticed there's no NBA basketball today at all. Everyone's playing tomorrow. It's the last day of the season tomorrow, but it's funny how they have no one playing today. Usually they will play unless they have their All-Star game, or the NCAA championship is on. But even so, that was on Monday, and they had 2 games on that evening, right before. Both of them were before the Masters. Before the championship began. Right on, Tobin. Yes, I'm glad you're here, buddy. I'm glad you're here. One of the pillars of our community. Very, very grateful. Over here off to the right, Las Vegas International Airport, and then the Janet Airlines planes are up here somewhere on the right. Speed limit drops down to 35 up here. You have Maverick helicopter over here, which does flights out to the Grand Canyon, as well as up and down the Strip. Does the night views. Those are actually not too bad in terms of cost. I think it's like a 15-minute flight for like $110 or something like that I saw. So it's not terrible. This 4Runner is moving very slowly. Not sure why. Let's get around him. There is the welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada sign, and the crowds gathered, waiting for their turn. I would probably go find one of the other many welcome to Las Vegas signs all over town. They're usually like inside some of the malls or some of the, you know, casinos and stuff. Pinball Hall of Fame over there, I'm gonna get in there, I promise. I've done the research and I need to get in there. Little Church of the West wedding chapel right there. And actually, if you have any of you watch Up and Our Way, they mentioned this on their stream on Thursday when they were driving here. Hey, pretty mama, welcome. Thank you for being here. I know you've been busy. So they mentioned Sayulitas, which they said took them away from, was it Roberto's or something? Said they have a great breakfast burrito in here at Sayulitas. I have not tried it, and I don't know anything about it, but that's high praise from them. They do a whole bunch of videos of like restaurants and dining and things of that nature here. They live in California, but they drive over here like every couple of weeks, and we'll do a live stream in addition to taking video during the day and stuff, and then they'll post that during the week. So they mentioned Sayulitas here across from Mandalay Bay. So that is something to bear in mind. So we come up here to Four Seasons Drive. And the weather today it's been very windy. It was overcast earlier, but the sun's out now in the western sky. Video Poker, but that place is all closed off there. Laughing Jackalope, it says there. Never noticed that sign before. Laughing Jackalope. Nirvana Hotel. Souvenir outlet. 3 t-shirts for $12.99. So take a look over here at Mandalay Bay. I'm gonna make a right here real quick, just out of curiosity. Just want to see what we've got up here. And so word came out this week that they are planning on starting the construction for the ballpark in June now. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Given all of the environment with tariffs and things like that, and I'm not going to get into politics, of course, because that's not what we do on this channel. But because of the tariffs, it'll be interesting to watch those numbers balloon because of all the building costs, the building materials and all that they're going to need to build. So here we go. This is Paradise Aviation. This is opened up over here. And it's open. The gate is open up here, so I'm just gonna mosey on. But I wanted to show you guys Janet Airlines. At least one of them. I think they have like 6 of them in here. Videopoker.com there. But I can clear that right there. It is definitely, they're definitely going to make it more expensive to build. Absolutely. And there it is. Janet Airlines. One of them. There's 2 more tails over there. Both the 737s. But I wanted to show this to you guys. Really, really cool stuff. And again, if you're unfamiliar with Janet Airlines, just Google it. I don't want to get into it, but it's really, really interesting. Fascinating stuff. But they ferry those guys out there to that place that doesn't exist and all that. So yeah, it's going to be way more expensive for them to build, for sure. So they have this huge parking lot over here for all the folks. But it's a Saturday, so I'm guessing that they don't... well, there's 2 more on the other side, so there's 5 at least. 5 737s. You can see the tails on them right there. Hey, Jimmy, welcome. Thanks for being here, buddy. Yeah, I don't do politics on this channel. I'm just saying in terms of the tariffs and all the materials that they're going to have to bring in. Michael, welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please like, follow, share, and subscribe. And also check out Vids from Mike. Michael is in the chat right now. He does terrific sunrise and sunset drone videos here in Vegas, in addition to some drone videos of some places that I can't get to out in the middle of the desert. He was at Gold Butte and got some terrific videos out there of Gold Butte. So definitely check out his channel. That's VIDS FROMMIKE. Just in case you haven't heard it in any of my other videos. He's a new guy here on Vegas, on YouTube. He doesn't do any live streams or anything, but hey, absolutely, Michael, right on. He doesn't do any live streams or anything, but he's new, and we'll definitely want to see him do well. I like the content on his channel. It's really fun stuff, especially those navigational aviation arrows. I was just showing him the Janet Airlines 737s, because Mike does plane spotting videos, so to include Janet Airlines. And they had like 5 of them parked there. Look at the Lincoln limo here. Chapel of the Flowers. I do 11. They have 11 of those limos? Obi-Wan, welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Tobin, some of the stuff he puts up, I mean, that is just incredible. Some of the work, some of those videos, I'm like... And even if I had a 4-wheel drive, I don't know that I'd want to be out there, you know, kicking up rocks and stuff all over it. But he gets out there and gets down and dirty with it. It's awesome. It's good stuff. Joseph, welcome. Thank you for being here. Robert, welcome, buddy. Thank you for being here, guy. I really appreciate you. New York up there, as well as Excalibur. And there is the tram in between the two. And of course, as we mentioned, Robert, we're so glad you're here, buddy. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so Excalibur, no more bellhop, no more valet. But they'll leave a light on for you. Thank you, pretty mama. I appreciate that. Yeah, they'll leave the light on for you. Oh, might be live tomorrow. Okay, cool. Cool. Is he in LA again? I think he was in LA today, right? Yeah, I wanna talk to Sal. I forgot to mention to him Vids from Mike. I wanted to talk to Sal and tell him about Vids from Mike, because he does like plane spotting and videos and stuff like that. Oh, the other day, okay. Oh, did he must have taken today off then. Yeah, and so that is Cali Planes, C-A-L-I Planes, one word. Sal, really, really cool guy. Check out Cali Planes here. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, Vids from Mike, VIDS FROMMIKE. So there is the big lion out front. And the Knights are at home tonight against Nashville, so you see Metro sitting there, ready to direct traffic. And the Statue of Liberty, right out here in front of New York, New York. Big bus tours. Thank you, pretty mama. Yeah, he's a really, really awesome guy. It was so fun to meet him in person, Sal. And now they're doing Cali Drives in addition to Cali Planes. So they're building another channel, which is smart, I think, because you know, they have all that travel. Marchie's back into... Oh, I saw that. Yeah, he's with Nashville now. That's right. That'll be interesting to watch, huh? Tonight, Michael? Yeah, those things usually go one of two ways. I've seen in all of sports, right? When a guy who used to be with a team comes back to face that team as an opponent, either they do super well or they just crash out. Tonight, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Like Jimmy Butler, I'm a Heat fan, so Jimmy Butler, of course, got traded to Golden State after he whined and threw all sorts of tantrums and everything this season. And so they traded him to Golden State, and when he came back to Miami to play against the Heat, he had very subpar numbers. So it really goes one of two ways. You never know which way they're gonna take it. There is Aria and Park MGM, where Peter LaFleur defeated Ben Stiller. And the Globo Nuts, the Globo Gym Cobras in the movie Dodgeball. Hard Rock Cafe Hotel. No, that's not the hotel. That is just the guitar right there in front of us. Got the green light here. Have to watch out for Harmon. Harmon's the one that... So there's some good crowds down here, it looks like. Next weekend is the WrestleMania weekend. That's going to be... I'm guessing that's going to be a very packed weekend down here. And this weekend we had, what, the Masters and... I think there's a UFC thing. Is that tonight? I'm not sure. And then there is City Center back that way. Veer Towers. Called Veer Towers because they both kind of veer in different directions. And they look like the letter V. The yellow and white windows there. But that's City Center back there here at Aria Place. And then, of course, Crystal Shops up there. Oh, he was at Cromwell. Okay. Did he get in any trouble up there, Tobin? I hope not. Yes, Robert, right on. So this massive LED screen here on top of the McDonald's and Rainforest Cafe and Walgreens. That's just a little obnoxious, I think. Not yet, okay. As we cross Harmon, this is one of the buffering zones where we typically start buffering, but it looks like we're going to be okay. And then there's some street performers out here. Looks like they've got a good crowd going there. And yeah, it looks like a pretty healthy crowd out here this weekend. Maybe they've dropped the prices. So, Tobin, I wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you saw that or not, but the new superintendent of, as we take a look here at Bellagio, the new superintendent of Clark County Schools is getting paid. They just announced it, $385,000 a year. $385,000. And we're bottom 5 in education. From San Francisco. Okay, cool. Yeah, they live in Bakersfield. My wife and I don't know if I don't think you were here, Robert, when he pulled that. My wife and I, we totally fell for it when he said they were going to come here and become Vegas Plains. Because my wife and I actually tried to do a Vegas Plains channel, and it's still out there. But it's hard to do here because the fences around the airport here are all black. So you have to be up in the air in order to get away from that. Good gig if you can get it. Yes, absolutely. The fountains were just going over there. There they go. Here at the lighted Flamingo. Of course, we're blocked by all these vehicles, but Caesar Palace right there. Invited, yeah. Right on. Yeah, no, and so my wife and I were like, oh wow, well is he moving here or something? And then he has a P.O. box or whatever in off of Sahara on his profile, and I'm like, is he really moving here? But I'm not sure. I think it was an April Fool's thing. Because he posted it right on, like right after midnight. on April 1st. There's the Flamingo. Been there since 1946. But I told him, I said, Vegas, we don't get the same big boys that they get, in San Fran and LA. We don't get the 380s. We do have a 340, an A340 that comes in here, Robert. It's a Edelweiss that flies to Zurich. I think it's Zurich. It's either Zurich or, there's the bagpipe guy. Steven would not be happy if he saw that guy, huh? Huh, Tobin? Steven does not like the bagpipes on Not Leaving Las Vegas. His channel is Not Leaving Las Vegas. Big boy, yes. Yes. I saw him take off on, I think it was Monday, I was outside and I saw him take off the Edelweiss A340. That was cool. I mean, I saw him as leaving town. I didn't get to see him take off. I wasn't at the airport, but he hates the bagpipes. I know, yeah. It's funny. Right on, Robert. Yes. Yeah, Sal's a really, really cool guy. It's fun to watch him. Him in all of his little sayings that he does, right? There is the Mirage. And looks like they're another floor or two higher over here since last weekend with the construction. So we pass Casino Royale. Yeah, and also on vids from Mike, Robert, he does the navigational aviation arrows, which are like, I don't know how familiar you are with them, but they're like the old style arrows that they used to put on the ground for Sal cannot carry a tune. That's one of the things I love about it, right? You never know what he's gonna do next. But yeah, he does the old navigational aviation arrows. Some of them are still out there. So he captures some of those. They're like big 50-foot arrows because they didn't have the navigational aids that they do nowadays. So they, it looks like they're removing the windows up there on some of them. Looks like some of the windows are open and others look like they're silver instead of gold. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, so the navigational aviation arrows, really, really cool. SometimesInteresting.com. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it, buddy. White Castle right there, one of 3 locations here in Vegas. The other one down on Fremont, and then there's one over here off of Paradise, which is good for locals because it has the drive-through over there. Denny's, Walgreens. We've seen a lot of live streamers who like to hang out right out here in front of Harrah's as well. And the big cranes are still over here at Venetian doing that, whatever it is they're doing to Venetian, I'm not quite sure. They've all the heavies, I know, yeah. Yeah, and he sees the Lufties up there, right? The 747s. Lufthansa 747s coming into San Fran. That's not an everyday thing, though, I don't think, right, Robert? But that's still a very, very cool thing to see, especially nowadays. Treasure Island over there, and there is the aforementioned Venetian. Emirates Lufthansa, yes. Yes. And there's the front of TI. Again, pretty healthy crowds out in front of these places. The temperature outside right now is about, well, I'm guessing. The car says 114 degrees, but that's because of the pavement, I'm sure, underneath us. Snake Pit, welcome, buddy. Thank you for being here. Circus might be sold. Wow, really? God, that didn't take long. What was that, February when he announced it? I did not know that. Wow. That did not take long at all. $5 billion. I wonder how they're gonna, I wonder what they're gonna do with it. It's not Disney, right? Because there were rumors about Disney, but it wouldn't make sense for Disney to have a presence 300 miles away from Anaheim. That's weird. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate each and every single one of you being here. Really means a lot. It's a Saturday night in the big city, and you guys are here with me, and that means a lot to me. Thank you. Resorts World over here on the left, with the world's second largest LED screen on the side. You can see there on the left side of it. Largest LED screen in the world over here at the Sphere, but I can't go over there because A, it's sunny now, and it gets washed out because of the sunlight, and B, because the signal gets buffering, it starts buffering over there. It's really awesome at night though. And then the third largest is also here in Vegas, and that's down there at the at Fremont Street, the overhead canopy. Encore and Wynn over here on the right, as we come up here to the Gold Key Shops with your $10 souvenirs. $10, everything $10 or less. I don't know what you're gonna get in there for 10 bucks nowadays, but probably like 2 t-shirts or something. There's another good crowd right there. I'm gonna stop right here. Oh, Tesla, don't hit me. But there is Resorts World right there. Carrie Underwood being advertised there. The Vegas residency final show, so I guess that residency's over. And then Janet Jackson, Micho's Tacos. I still haven't been inside Resorts World. That's on the list. I need to get in there. I know that they have not been very kind to live streamers. I probably would not live stream though. I would probably simply just go in there and video. But nonetheless, a lot of times if you walk in with a gimbal. Nice, Robert, yeah. Oh, thank you, pretty mama. Carver Steak up there. 8 Drink Lounge Cigar. Ross Dress for Less over here, just in case you forgot your... There it is, Callie drives right on. Thank you, Snake Pit. Snake Pit is a mod for a lot of channels. Really, really cool guy. As are all my mods. Thank you so very much for being here, you guys.
Over the speed limit.
I'm over the speed limit. I'm doing the speed limit. And there is the 4.6 million square foot Las Vegas Convention Center. The largest one is in Germany in terms of convention centers. I forget the square footage on it, but I learned that from Tobin. So shout out to Tobin. And there is the Could It Be Sold Circus Circus. Hopefully they don't have any teenage gangs roaming around in there this evening. But that's it right there. $5 billion. Whew. Oh, you haven't? Yeah, no, they got after, oh gosh. Now I'm trying to remember. Some of the guys that are on late night have problems in there. But a lot of times too, they're in there on like a Tuesday night. So, you know, there's not a whole lot going on in there. So security, of course, they're bored, so they're gonna, you know, try and make the clock move a little bit faster when they're up there and they see the folks walking around. Yeah, but the gimbal, for some reason, the gimbal is a very... Yeah, Henry, absolutely. The gimbal is like a dead giveaway to those guys. They, you know... Now, me, when I go into these places, I just hold it in my hand, which is not the best because it's shaky or whatever. I try to keep it as steady, and I have steady shot on, you know, the settings or whatever, but... That way, I hope they just think that I'm like a, you know, a hotel guest, and I just want to take a little video of my stay at their illustrious property there on either Fremont or down on the Strip. Sahara up here on the right. And then, of course, the Strat. Really, really expensive. The what is it called? Sky? I think, is it Sky or is it Allure? I think it's Sky right there. To the left of, correction, to the right of the brown Hilton right here on the left. Their HOAs in there are really, really expensive. That would be cool, Robert. Yeah. Yeah, I love seeing some of that, especially some of those old ones. And you know, you never get to see like the DC-10s or the L1011s or anything. Those are all long gone and stuff. So getting to see the 747 is definitely a treat, even if it's a cargo jet. I mean, still, you know, like what is it? Kalitta, I think, still flies the 747 on cargo routes. And oh, Atlas. Atlas flew the Jacksonville Jaguars in here to play the Raiders. Did that back in was that January or late December, and we saw their 747 there parked at the airport on a live stream. And so this is the big festival grounds here, where initially they talked about putting the A's stadium, but didn't end up happening. And then the world's largest souvenir shop up here on the left. And we know this because it says it on the building. Yeah, Tovin, she is. Every one of my mods, very, very happy that I have the mods that I do. You guys are terrific. I don't always catch everything and see everything in the chat, but I'm glad you guys do. And I'm very grateful for that. This guy, oh no, he has a dog. Jeez. I hate seeing that. Walgreens over here with the big LED screen. I wonder how much they're getting in rent for having that LED up there. So I believe Alter Ego is going to be on the First Street stage this evening. So if you're available later, of course, around 8:30ish, I will do the live stream there to capture Alter Ego. They were on the 3rd Street stage last night, and I know next weekend they're doing Living Color on the First Street stage, which is the group that sang Cult of Personality back in the 80s. That's the only song I know by them. See the City of Las Vegas arches here right in front of us. And the Strat. And guys, they have the if you've not been in there and you're staying here in town, they have a happy hour from like 3 to 7 at the top of the Strat there at the 108th floor. There's the 50-foot showgirls right there at the entrance to downtown Las Vegas. That's pretty much where they've tried to demarcate as the entrance to downtown Las Vegas. And happy hours 2 for 1 up there. The beers when I was up there in January were $12 each. So yes, Tina, yeah, I really like them. I think they're pretty good. I know a lot of folks love Bling and Sugar as well. I think those are the ones that I tend to hear a lot about. But Alter Ego, I like their mix of music and stuff. I like, you know, the stuff they come up with. Rat Rod, yes. Oh man, I just barely caught a glimpse of it. Yeah. I love capturing the cars too, and seeing the cars. I mentioned it in some of the videos that I post, you know, during the week and stuff. I'm like, Tobin, take a look at that. See some of the old cars driving around. That's always fun. Thank you for being here, Tina. Happy you're here. And I've got to get over. I do not want to go down 4th Street. Peppermint Hippo. LaManda, thank you for being here. I appreciate it very much. Hotel Shalimar, Paradise Motel, a Little White Chapel. Joan Collins, Michael Jordan were married there. Viva Las Vegas Wedding Chapel. Yeah, shout out to Tobin. Tobin drops so much knowledge and information on the channel here. I have learned a ton from him about Vegas that I never knew before. And I like learning the history about it too, because it kind of explains how we got to where we are today. You know, like the whole mystery, well, it's not a mystery, but the whole thing behind why the Strip is the Strip and not part of the city of Las Vegas. Because, of course, a lot of people don't realize when they come here, the Strip is not in the city of Las Vegas. The Strip is outside the city limits. It's in Clark County. But the reason for that, of course, is because the folks, back in the day, down on Fremont, they decided to start really implementing some strict, what the casino operators felt were strict regulations and rules and things like that upon the casinos. And so the casinos were like, all right, no problem, we'll go ahead and move out and head just outside the city limits. And that's what they did. And so you saw the Rancho and Flamingo do that back in the day. Really, really interesting that that's how the Strip became the Strip. And now, and then back in 92, and again, shout out to Tobin, 92, the city leaders and casino leaders got together and in downtown and said, we've got to do something because we're losing like 80% of our business to the Strip. So they decided to close off Fremont Street and create the modern pedestrian mall promenade that exists down there today with the LED canopy that extends 4 blocks up and down Fremont Street, which is really, really cool. It's cool that they have the it's compact, right, versus the Strip, whereas the Strip you have to like, it's 4.2 miles from Mandalay Bay pretty much up to Sahara, that intersection up there, but then you have to turn around and go back. So, and then that's not even walking through any of the places, right? So, like MGM Grand is massive, 5,000 hotel rooms in there. Yeah, LaManda, yeah, it's fascinating to me. Like, how did we get to where we are today? Okay, just don't hit my car. There we go. So, no pub crawler right now. Maybe we're too early. But this is, for anyone who hasn't seen our live stream before, I always love to pull in here. Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. I had someone drop a comment yesterday that asked me if I'd ever gone to GNS Pawn Shop. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, I've never heard of it. And then they put in a subsequent comment. They put in Gold and Silver. And I'm like, oh, yes, of course. I'm like, I've never heard it abbreviated before. But there is Pawn Plaza, which has been here since 2015, I believe, is what Tobin said. And not very busy right now, but there are a few more cars in the parking lot here than normal. But you can see the sign up there, it says Pawn Plaza. Yes, RSP. In fact, I just took video of that last weekend. It should be posting this week coming up. I drove around there to take a look and see what I could see down there at Area 15. And so hopefully that will be coming up this coming week. But I also wanted to capture the 747 that they hauled here from Burning Man. And I thought that was really, really cool. But I didn't get to see it. I guess it's supposed to be outside somewhere in the center of things, they said. But yeah, I didn't get to did not get to see it. So here is the front of Rick Harrison's Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, the GNS Pawn Shop, I guess. Right there. Really cool stuff. If you've watched the History Channel and seen that show, that is the location. So if you wanted to walk between the Strip and Fremont Street, this is the area you would be walking through. I would not advise it, and I certainly would not advise it in July and August. That would be miserable. Yeah, LaManda. Yeah, it's they have a lot of like really expensive souvenirs in there though. Oh, you're talking about the 747? Yeah, because I saw some pictures online in the news and stuff. It was really, really cool to see that 747. It would be even better if they had the old livery on it, but I'm not even sure what airline it was last with. We do, Tobin. Yeah, it's like we're a dumping ground here for Burning Man. But I mean, some of it's pretty cool though, right? Like the praying mantis. That's a pretty cool feature from Burning Man. They're outside Container Park. There's a Can-Am over there on the other side of the street. Yes, Robert, so they're supposed to be putting in a 747 that that was used out at Burning Man, which is that huge festival that they have out northeast of Reno at the Black Rock Desert way out there. And it's an enormous party out there, like every Labor Day weekend pretty much. And they had a 747 out there. They took it apart and relocated it down here. So now it's at Area 15. So we come up here to Fremont Street. I think it's the corner over there, and there is the Fremont Street Experience. Nell Cortez over here. Oh, we got music playing. That's gonna be a problem. Ogden Avenue right here. And there is the Lucky Cuss, which Tobin told me about this week. It's no longer there, right? I think you said Lucky Cuss Motel is no longer there. And the Normandy Motel, that sign right there, it says Elvis slept here in the median, was designed by the same woman who designed the Welcome to Las Vegas sign back in the day. Yeah, Robert, that's going to be cool to see. I was just there last weekend, and I did a drive-by or a drive around there or whatever. Couldn't see it. So I don't know where they're hiding it, but I guess it's supposed to be in the center of everything. I don't know how it works. I know that you have to pay in order to get into almost every attraction out there, but there were a lot of people walking around out there. I need to actually take a weekend and go out there and figure out how it works, because they have the Illuminarium. I'm not, LaManda. No, I just really enjoy history. I love, you know, the whole story behind things and how we got to where we are today, and learning from the mistakes of the past, which is something that not everyone does nowadays, which is unfortunate. Because we could certainly all use lessons from the past, right, to help us not make the same mistakes that occurred. Nice, LaManda. Yeah, I love history. I wasn't into it when I was a kid, unfortunately, but oh, I can't get in here. You got it blocked. So that was the Mob Museum right there. Shoot, I just passed right by it. Mob Museum right there. But this is downtown Las Vegas here, Binion's Hotel and Casino. The again with the perks, the parking is free with validation, but good luck getting that parking validated. Oh, it is. That's right. That's right. You said that, but they relocated the sign. Okay, that's right. Thank you, Tobin. Yes. Yeah, they relocated the sign. That's right. Main Street Station parking here. I don't want to go through that. And Sam Boyd's California Hotel and Casino here, which is not on Fremont Street. It's located right there, so it's just off of it, but located on the other side of Ogden there from the Circa. And again, WrestleMania kind of be here next weekend. That's gonna be huge. There's gonna be a lot of people here for that. And then I think the weekend after that is the NFL draft. And that's almost always, yeah, LaManda, yeah, those, like, I used to really enjoy the History Channel, and then they started to do too much of the reality show stuff, and I don't know, some of it it was like, it was almost forced and contrived, right? Like you could tell the producers are like, come on, let's make this more exciting, guys. And all that, you know, developing this faux drama and all that. But I'm like, well, history doesn't really need that. There's enough. Yes, Tobin, absolutely. And ironically enough, we're on Stewart Avenue right now, Tobin. Speaking of Helen Stewart. Hey, Critter Bones, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here, man. Very cool. Gonna make this right onto Main Street here, just because I have a little time before I want to be down on Fremont, and I wanted to show you guys. So you just saw, that's Fremont Street right there. And this is Main Street. And you come just north of downtown here. And we've done a lot of videos up and down here, but I've never done this on a live stream, so I thought I might try it tonight. Show you guys Main Street USA or Main Street Las Vegas in here, because it is really eye-opening, in my humble opinion, to come down here. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. It really helps us recommend us to other viewers and to the almighty algorithm. The almighty algorithm is what really carries the weight of your voices to other folks. So yeah, $385,000 for the new superintendent. Wonder what kind of genius plans they have to help elevate education here. San Antonio, nice. Very cool. I've never been. I bet that Austin was the closest I got down there. I actually wanted to try and drive down there, but I was taking a training for work at the time, and I didn't really have the time to drive down to San Antonio from Austin. And I'm a huge sports nut, so I wanted to get down there and see the Spurs arena, but yeah, I couldn't do it. So this is Washington Avenue here. Over here on the left is Nuwu Cannabis. Nuwu means the people in the Paiute Indian language. Shout out to Tobin for helping me learn that. Oh God, it's all, the cannabis shop here is all full. The drive-thru is all full over there. Let's see if we can see some prices here. $98.55 for Cool cigarettes, a carton. $54.15 for some generic. Oh, and they've got the Paiute police out there. So over here on the left, you'll see a lot of the folks, and we got some police activity up here on the left too. And they've got a marshal here too. I'm not sure what's going on there though. So this is in very close proximity to downtown Las Vegas. And so when you guys are watching the live streams, especially down on Fremont, or even if they're not live, but if you're watching folks down on Fremont, and then you'll notice some of these folks that will kind of mingle in with the crowd and stuff, and they'll just start up conversations with you. You won't realize, but they'll just kind of start up conversations, and then they'll ask you for money. We saw that happen the other night with Jojo, Late Nights with Jojo the Squirrel. He, some guy came up to him and just kind of randomly started talking to him. And the guy had a dog with him. And Jojo's a huge animal lover. So, I'm trying to keep the sun out of this, but this is the Salvation Army along with some other places out here. Community assistance centers out here, but these folks, this is where they live. So yeah, so Jojo, the guy ended up asking him for some money, and Jojo's like, oh, all right. He gave it to him, but he's like, you better use that to feed the dog. And the guy's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. I sure hope he used it to feed the dog. But again, these folks will mingle in with a lot of the folks, the tourists and stuff down there, and you won't really know until they. I'm not sure what the fire trucks and police are doing up there on the overpass. That's the overpass over the 15. Very sad. Yes. Good job, Snakepit. Thank you. Yes. I love Jojo. He's a really, really cool guy. Does some really funny videos. I love watching his videos. So there's the Salvation Army right there on the right. Cruising, yes. But yeah, so I wanted to show you guys this live because this is, I do a lot of videos in this area, but to do it live, I've never done, so. And I wonder, you know, how many, it's like Tobin said in a comment on a previous video, I think he said something like the true boulevard of broken dreams or something to that effect, he said, Tobin. Right on, that's absolutely true. Is that Green Day that sang that song? Yes, Lamanda, absolutely. So I know that, like, and Obi-Wan knows this too. Jeremy Reed, when he did his LA stuff, have to do like 10 miles an hour as we drive by the cops because of the state law mandating that. But I can't tell what's going on. They just have a lot of people there. And he would make care packages and go out to and drive around LA and go to like Skid Row and stuff and hand out care packages, which was really cool. But he lives in Denver now. But yeah, he got out there and gave out some care packages and stuff to people. The thing is, here especially, and I've heard this from so many people that have dropped comments and stuff, as well as folks just talking down on Fremont, water. They want cash. You know, they don't want toothpaste or, you know, general hygienic products or anything like that. I have Metro behind me there for a minute. Whoa. Okay, yeah, he's turning good. Yeah, Lamanda, he's a really, really cool guy. I really enjoyed watching him in LA. He's in Denver now, and I've never been to Denver, and I don't really have a frame of reference for Denver, so I know there's oh, The Other Me as well here, live streams, as well as does some other videos. The Other Me, Mark, his name is. He will do care packages as well. I've seen him do some care packages for folks down here. And I remember him saying there was a guy with was it a Cowboys jersey or something, or shirt on or something like that, and he just really reached out and struck him hard how, you know, desperate the guy was and all that. Yes, Snake Pit, absolutely. Mark is awesome. And, you know, that's one of the beautiful things about being able to stream and meet the folks that are streaming in person, because they're just as real in person as they are on camera. You know, a lot of times that doesn't always happen. I've met one or two in person here in town, and I'm not going to mention names, of course, but that are not as friendly as what they portray on their streams, but that's fine. You know, that's okay. But it's really nice when you do meet the ones that are really, really cool. Bakersfield. Oh, is that the one that, oh, shoot, what was the name of his channel? Oh, gosh, my wife and I see him on, he's on almost every single night, too. Oh, my gosh, is it Cali something? Something like that, Cali, no, it's not Cali Drives, that's Sal. We're gonna go back downtown here. But yeah, I wanted to point out just how close this area is to downtown. Initials, yes. DGL. DGL. I'm trying to figure that out now. DGL. Huh. I wish I could give you, I just don't want to be one of those channels that, you know, gets into the drama and all that stuff. I just like to relay my stories to you guys so that, you know, you guys are aware. So, Tobin, note the lane striping here. No bot dots. I wonder why that is. Oh, nice, pretty mama. Very cool. Callie does it too. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, that's what you said before. Yes. So here's Ogden again. We'll come down here to the plaza. Dad's Gone Live. Oh, I'm not familiar with that channel. Dad's Gone Live. Is that here in Vegas? Oh, no, that's the one in Bakersfield, you mean? Okay. I'll have to check that out. So there's the Plaza Hotel and Casino. That facade was used in the movie Back to the Future 2. It was Biff's Pleasure Palace. Right up there. And the music is really loud. I think they've got a band going right there. There's the Golden Gate Hotel and Casino, oldest casino in Las Vegas. It's been here forever. It was the very first address in Vegas, and it was also the very first had the very first phone number in Vegas here, which is really cool stuff. As well as the first neon sign and the first two-way security system, and that was in the form of a two-way mirror. Biff's, yes. Exactly, Henry. I've seen him on the convention circuit, right? You can like go to different conventions and they have him and like maybe Christopher Lloyd or something there. And I'm like, man, that'd be pretty cool, right? To go see. But the villains are always the ones with the longest lines. It's weird how that works. Here's the Golden Nugget Rush Tower right there. H2O, their pool and bar. We come up here. Check out the latest price here for parking at Golden Nugget. Miller Hotel, there we go, 1905, perfect, thank you, my friend. And there it is, $50, $50 to park, Friday to Sunday, at the Golden Nugget. Unless you're a hotel guest. Yeah, Soapy one. Yeah, I saw Jeremy was live last night. He was in, he went to Boulder, Colorado last night. But I'm really hoping he gets back to LA at least for like a weekend or something. Watching the other guy over there, he doesn't really talk to anyone. It's like, I don't know, he just doesn't really talk very much. So you kind of have to fill in the blanks yourself. And I'm not, you know, an expert on LA streets or geography or anything like that. Downtown Event Center here off to the right. Looks like they've got an event going on over there and some loud music that we need to try and drown out there. $50, yep. That is crazy. The Fremont Street parking garage is $25 for, I think it's up to 8 a.m. or something like that, yeah. And then that brings us up here to the light at the Fremont Street Experience where you cross. And these taxi drivers that just only want to go up and down the strip corridor, and that's it. Back on, you know, that's a good question, Obi-Wan. It's definitely on the higher end. However, I've read that the Plaza does like $30, which I think is still outrageous. And then the Fremont Street Experience parking garage is $25, and then I think Neonopolis is $20, but I've never parked at Neonopolis, which is right there on the eastern edge of the Fremont Street Experience. There is the Experience. Let's get ready to rumble being played out there. 25, yeah. El Cortez is 11 to park, but you have to, you gotta walk a little ways, because their parking garage for non-hotel guests is like 3 blocks away from the beginning of the Fremont Street Experience here. Pizza Rock. Again, that ongoing battle between who has the best pizza. Bridal party there. The best pizza here in Las Vegas. Fremont Street, 25 per day. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I know some of them are only good up until like 8 a.m. So, you don't want to pass out in an alleyway because your car won't be there if you wake up at 9, right? Have some of those things happen to you. That would not be a fun way to end the night. So that's El Cortez right there in front of us, and that's their parking garage. The reddish, brickish type of thing back there. So that is the one I mentioned that is for non-hotel guests. So yeah, you're gonna walk a good ways over here to the Fremont Street Experience. I think it's off of 7th Street, and this is 5th Street here. But yeah, you're right, 25 all day. Yeah, that's really not bad for down here. It's like, when you come down here at night and it's like, the $25 and you only want to be here for like, 4 hours or whatever, then it's like, oh gosh, like $6 an hour or whatever. They got some music playing in here somewhere. Let's turn the AC up so I can try to drown that out a little bit. Oh, they've got music playing in their little parking area there, and there's Hennessy's Tavern right there, as well as the Man on a Horse right there, which is the sign that used to be out in front of Hacienda, which was replaced by the Mandalay Bay. But there is the Guinness glass there outside of Hennessy's Tavern, as well as the Heart Attack Grill right here at the east end of the Fremont Street Experience. And that taco truck, which is making a killing all the time. They make a lot of money at that place. So turning eastbound now onto Fremont Street. God, they've really got the base going. Evil Pie in there. It's the ongoing battle between them and Pizza Rock. Just come down here to 6th Street. And there is the El Cortez right there. But of course, that's its frontage on Fremont Street right here. Hot Noodle Bar. I don't want to say the word. It's roulette bar. I don't want to get in any trouble. There's the Praying Mantis right there that was out at the Burning Man and made it here. It was an anniversary gift, right, Tobin? Anniversary gift from a husband to his wife. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and get in front of me, buddy? But Container Park turns 21 and over after 9 p.m. The Climbing Mannequins, okay, cool, yes. So Ferguson's up here, and then you said you saw him outside of one of the other places too. It's one of those little things unless you see it, you drive by and you see it, you never realize it's there. So walking past the Slipper, yes, that's good advice because it's right next to this arch that says Fremont East District. So yeah, you really don't want to go walk past any of this. There is beautiful neon saltwater, it says there. And we've got Metro coming at us. Okay, he's turning. Last night I had a dream that disco music was making a comeback. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. It says on that sign there. There's Atomic Liquors, a longtime mainstay here in downtown Las Vegas. So, okay, from across from Atomic Liquor. So there's street, oh, there they are. There they are, buddy. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna pull over so these guys can get around. There they are. Oh my goodness. I would have never seen that. The Climbing Mannequins, there they are. Huh. That is wild. How cool is that? There's another, yeah, there's a pink one over there, and there's another pink one right there. Wow. Good job, Tobin. I never noticed these things. And then there's one right here on the post there for the for Ferguson's. You can see it climbing up there. Let me see if I can zoom in real quick. There it is. That's pretty cool stuff. And then there's the big rig jig right there. Very cool stuff. Yeah, Tobin's the man. He comes up. I had no idea about any of this stuff. Looks like there was a fire in there. I didn't notice that before. Oh, old Cadillac there. Did you see that? Look like an old Cadillac. And we'll pause here at Maryland Parkway. So the backside of Las Vegas Motel, which is not in operation, but they've got some plywood up there in addition to the bars on the windows. That looks like it used to be a payphone in there. Yeah, Critter, yeah. It's one of those things you just never notice, right? And then it's like, wow, how did I miss that? And there it is. They like painted lines on the doors to make it look a little bit more attractive, I guess. But I don't know how you're gonna do that. That looks like a fire got after that building there. Peter Pan Motel there. So yeah, this is why you really don't want to walk past the Big Slipper there. Here on Fremont. Yeah, Tobin has a ton of knowledge with all this stuff. It's amazing how much I've learned from him. Really, really cool stuff. Economy Motel, Desert Moon Motel, Milan Bakery. I don't even know if that's in operation. I had a bakery down here. Nope, it looks like it's all plywooded up. Desert Moon, Cash for Cars, and Bruce Street here. Bruce Street's a minor arterial. I'm going to take this out here down to Charleston so we can show you the Blue Angel up here. Fremont Manor Condominiums. Safari Motel. Roadway Inn. Yeah, it was a Cadillac. Nice, yes. Yeah, it's a... If you don't know where you're going for sure, yeah, it's definitely an easy place to get lost. I would definitely recommend GPS. Michael, welcome. Thanks for making it, buddy. Appreciate you being here. $3.85 a gallon for regular unleaded there at that Chevron. And so this is Eastern Avenue, major north-south artery, here in all of Vegas and all the way down into Henderson, where it enters into Anthem and Inspirata. There she is right there. I'm going to try and pull into the gas station here, though. Get a better look at her. Oh, we've got the sun. Goodness. There it is. The Blue Angel Motel sign. Blue Heaven Lounge. Open 24 hours. Yeah, that's a throwback. They've taken a lot of these old Vegas signs and restored and kept them alive pretty much by restoring them and just kind of putting them around downtown like this for folks. In terms of, yeah, Amanda, see, some of them are really, really cool. I can't believe that they would ever debate getting rid of some of them, to be honest. I don't know why they would do that. Ooh, that sun. AM, PM right here. I can't get out that way. This Arco here, $3.63 a gallon for regular unleaded. Really cool. I absolutely agree. Yes, Tobin, they're definitely cool. Come out here and make the left back onto Fremont and head back west. And so I'm going to drive back towards Fremont West, and then I'll go ahead and end the stream, unfortunately, because I really like talking to you guys. But I need to find a place to park and try and find a spot. Next weekend's really going to be an adventure with Living Color being there. I don't know. Last year when they did concerts, they did like Sebastian Bach there at the First Street stage. Whiskey Liquor had like a 2-drink minimum, and a lot of people scoffed at that. So I'm hoping that those folks will just kind of mull about down there in front of the stage. And I know it's not the best going round and round in circles on the bar there, but it's hard to get down there in front of everyone and then try and pull off like a 2-hour stream down there, because of course nature calls once in a while and you got to use the restrooms. And then you lose your spot, right? When you're standing down there in one of the crowds in front of the stage and stuff. Hey Critter, thank you so very much for being here, buddy. I appreciate you. Josh, welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. We head back westbound onto Fremont Street. Desert Hills Motel. Oh, they got ESPN and HBO. What's that in there, Tobin? 2 of them. It's hard to tell, though. Especially with the top chopped off the one there. Thank you, pretty mama. Yes. Yes. Let's help him. And let's help Vids from Mike as well. If you wouldn't mind, pretty mama, dropping that one more time for anyone that may have joined late. Like to get him up to 50 as well so that he can live stream too. Vids for Mike does some terrific sunrise and sunset drone videos. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, I drove by too fast. Shoot. I have an older Caprice, like a 90s era Caprice right behind me. Absolutely, Obi-Wan. I'm glad you were here, man. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Plasma facility there. Yes, go get it, Michael. Right on. Yes, and please do again like, follow, share, and subscribe to Mike, Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE. If you click on his thumbnail there, his picture, it should bring up his channel, hopefully. And he does some terrific drone work, not only here in town, but also all over the desert, really. So thank you, pretty mama. Yes, perfect. Come up here to 13th Street, Los Gables Court over here. God, they really need to do something about all these just almost decrepit buildings. Anytime, Michael. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you being here, man. So, guys, again, thank you so very, very much for being here. I could not do this without you. I'm very, very grateful. There goes the mannequin one more time. Please do like, follow, share, and subscribe. Right on. Thank you, Lamanda. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, he is awesome. Does some great videos. Stuff I can't do for sure. So I will try to be live about 8:30-ish this evening. And try and get some alter ego for you guys. So as always, remember here on the Vegas Don channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays here on the Vegas Don channel on YouTube. Right on, Josh. Thank you, guys. Awesome. We'll see you next time, folks. Thank you so very much, guys. You too, Snake Pit. Thank you, buddy.